Greetings and salutations, and as you can see, we're back with Satisfactory. Well, Satisfactory. I don't know how I can actually get it to, you know what I'm saying. It's right there. Now, as we last left off on my factory, as we know, I had a bit of a power issue that I've resolved. And now I think I'm going to end up running into a coal shortage eventually. I did play a little bit off camera, and I did build a truck station. Now, the whole thing is I have coal that is funneled to the truck station so that I can fuel my truck. And I have rods, steel tubes, and I built all of this. And I've also built the blade runners. Also colored all of my pipes, my water pipes blue. Now the problem is I was going to, and yes, I know that my electricity is all spaghetti. I was going to build a plant up here. I thought that there was a concrete encased steel pipe. That's what I thought. That might have been in an older update, though. They may have gotten rid of that. This is where I make concrete encased steel beams that are just getting shoved into there for now. I was going to put them into the Fix-It factory sink, but eh. Oh yeah, I need steel beams. So this is going to get shut down. I need the steel beams to kind of stack up, because I need 100 of them for the expanded power infrastructure. And then I'm going to start upgrading some of these poles to Mark IIs. Wait a minute. I thought for sure... Oh yeah, I also made Nobelisks. Because I needed to start clearing out some stones for power slugs. Because I needed to expand my power consumption. Also made this, which is going to make stators. This is where the steel pipes needed to go. But in order to get them to go here, I would have to shuttle them from all the way over there, all the way over to here. So instead of doing that, I have to make another run. Wait, hold up. 28 fuel. Here you go, you can have some coal. I need to make a run out and go get some more of the crystal quartz. I have a docking station out there doing the crystal quartz, so it makes both the quartz itself and it makes the other one that's a byproduct of quartz, if I can remember right. I have both of those being constructed out there, and they both get fed into a docking station. I go out there, just dump them in here, drive back, dump them there. I still have to go get the steel pipe, bring it back, and then I wanted to funnel it out of that docking station into that thing, but then what'll happen is it'll funnel all the quartz there. And I don't want to funnel all the quartz. See, I want to just funnel the steel pipe. So that's going to be like my central docking station hub. There it is, fabric or whatever. Whatever it is. Sometimes it does that, and it won't actually load the cargo. Well, we got everything we need, which is the quartz and the other stuff. Now we're going to take it back, and we're going to go drive all the way out to the steel pipe, and we're going to go get that. It took me quite a while to build the steel pipe setup that I have and everything that I have there. It took me quite a bit of time because I had to expand. I had to take all the plates out there. I had to expand all of the foundation, I had to build a whole nother power grid. I had to get the coal running right because I had it overclocked, but then I think I overclocked it too much. And then I wasn't getting enough water. So then I had to come back and overclock the water. This was all part of it. I had a bit of a power issue here. And then um see, it says unloading, but it's not actually unloading. See, it doesn't actually unload. Got a lot in there too. Yeah, see, it's not. It says unloading, but it's not. Anyway, I had to set up the whole. I had the whole issue that I had going on with the power and everything. Unload the tractor. I'm just gonna let it sit there and say unloading. Maybe it'll do it. Maybe it won't. Who knows? Okay. Trucking station. You've got power, right? Yeah, you've got. It's got power. Or. Oh, it doesn't have power. When did I disconnect it from the grid? When did I disconnect it from the grid? I don't remember disconnecting it. Anyway. No, not there. Off and away with me. But I had to expand this too. I'm going to have to expand it again. I've got a lot of assemblers, but not a lot of... I think I have some constructors and some assemblers. I have no idea what exactly I have. The factory's a mess right now. I've been trying to keep it clean, but as you can see, it's not been working as planned. Now I want to know if this will actually refuel my vehicle or if it's just going to tell me no. It does refuel it. Nice. Which means the coal that's all the way out there next to the quartz, I'm going to have to pipe that over for some refueling too. And there's no way I could get this thing to have the autopilot pathing. It would never work. And I don't know why, but it reminds me of like Initial D. And like I'm trying to like drive on an Initial D road course. And failing, as you can see. That's fine, I have to be down here anyway. Because I gotta go all the way over here. And drop off. Let's see, if I drop off, can't I just like run one thing from here? That's an input. That's an output. Why? See, now, like, right there. Which, that tells me that one of the things started chugging more electricity than it deserved. It was running just fine, and then all of a sudden there was a power spike somewhere. Mind you, I shut off, like, 2 processes. And yet it still had a power spike somewhere. It does this. It's temperamental. And this is going to be just full of assorted stuff. Yeah, I have a lot of silica and a lot of other things. Oh, I need more wire. Alright, over here's where I get it. I'll take this wire too. Reason being is, even though I need stators right now, I need wire for the expanded power infrastructure, so I was the same way with the framework. I'm just going to end up robbing the thing for framework, as much as that would cause people undue stress and agony. Don't I have a splice on that cable too? Doesn't that go over and make, yeah, I did. There's some here. Wait, that's ingots. There it is. That's wire, and this makes cable. Yep. Here, if you need to make stators and make yourself feel good, there's some wire. Okay, not that much wire. I need that wire. Here, you can have this wire. And I'll give him the residual. Why not? Not like it's going to use it all. It is. I went to the wrong thing again. Okay, that's goal met. Framework. It's actually, did you know that if you get the Blade Runners and you do your sliding and jumping at the right time, you don't have to worry about anything, and it will, you can actually, for lack of a better term, you could quite literally go faster than other things. This takes forever to make, by the way. You could go faster than any other vehicle if you do it right. So, like, of course, I went on the wrong thing, but if you don't run into stuff, you slide and then jump. And you could travel great distances actually very quickly with Blade Runners. You could travel even further if you had parachutes, too. Because then you could just Blade Runner into a parachute, and then you would just be flying all over the place. I also had to, like, put, like, a whole bunch more pumps, too, because I wasn't getting enough water pump, apparently. Like, the amount of water pressure I was getting there before I put on the third coal plant apparently wasn't enough. So I threw on a third one. I need you to come over here and get steel beams. Because I need 100 of them. Out of all that stuff, you only made 70 steel beams. 71. My steel beam production's short by a large margin. Reminds me, I gotta go. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. If I build another container, can I customize what goes in the containers? It says I can configure. That's sorting. Do I want to sort it all? No. This is still dumping? That's not big enough. Huh. Whoops. Oh, that takes 20. Oh, I can't do that, can I? Really? What is consuming all the power? I don't get it. Why does the power fall? None of that makes any sense. I can't overclock the things anymore. The only thing I could do is make another water plant and another 2 coal plants and then pipe them in. That wouldn't... What if I was to... Would 2 water plants... Would 2 water pumps generate enough water for 5 coal plants? Because then I'd have to come all the way over here to where my water is. There's quartz. See, these are overclocked completely, and I'm getting 600 cubic meters of water a minute. So I'm getting more than that. I'm actually getting 1,200. Because I have 2 of them. Now the question is, first off, what is that over there? And secondly, if each coal plant is consuming... Where's the nearest coal to here? Aside from that one, which is like 1,200 away. 650. 649, or 694, 733. So that one is quicker. So if I was to put in another water extractor facing north and pipe it that way and put out another coal plant, I would have to run another power line all the way back connected to there. But if I was running the coal plant, I would have to have a biomass burner out there to get the coal started from the miner, then to have the biomass burner torn down after I've got the thing connected. This is awful. Sometimes trying to get the water and the power working right is just terrible. What are you? I don't know what you are, and I don't know why you're hostile.
The effigy has no song, only echoes, but it is part of a river. Why does the effigy avoid the windows?
Attention. Your brain's operations are outside typical parameters. Time
Shock.
spent daydreaming will be deducted from your sustenance budget.
You know, that's going to become the new term for, like, food. They're just going to call it a sustenance budget instead of saying, you know, like, operational costs or cost of living. So they're just going to start calling it a sustenance budget. Again, why? Why did it dip to 337.5? That's the question. Because it doesn't. If you watch, it spikes right back up. It's almost like it runs out of water, and then there's a spike in power consumption. And it's like, but why is there such a spike in power consumption? Most of the stuff is on standby. Like, these are now working, obviously, but that one back there is on standby every so often. They're on standby every so often. None of it makes any sense. Because believe me, if it made sense, I'd be sitting here going, ah, yes, that tracks logically. I do need to... You know what? Storage container. I don't have the thing. Of course I don't. Why wouldn't I? Why would I have it? I don't have the iron rods. Wait a minute. Put you into standby, and I'll have it drop the stators out into a box. I'm going to also drop the iron rods off into a box. Maybe I should build another loading station or an unloading station. That needs a bigger box down there. I have to... My logistics is going off the rails. Pardon me. It'd be great if, like, the expanded power infrastructure said, like, efficiency 2, and it made your coal plant more efficient, or something along those lines. That'd be great. Here you go, you can have 71 of those. Well, I go pick up the other 29. I also need iron rods to make another thing. I need more than 29 of these. I think I need 49? Perfect. Because I need another 20 for the oversized industrial container. Right? Yep. Need another 20 for that. So I need 29 for the button. And another 20 for the oversized industrial container. So what I'll do is have a mini meltdown here. Because there's no way I can contain all that. Wait a minute. Wait. Can I turn you off? No. You're just going to keep dispensing, aren't you? Now see, this is where Satisfactory needs a little bit of help. I should be able to make an industrial storage container right over the top of this, right? Not, like, right on top of it. I'm saying, like, put it here and have it overwrite the storage container and then just shift the material. But no. Yeah, I don't have enough room for that, do I? Barely. Just a second here. Goodbye. And of course, that doesn't go in there, does it? Ha ha ha. Perfect. Wonderful. Fantastic. Get rid of that conveyor belt. We're just going to build a conveyor belt 3. Might as well, right? I don't have any beam. I don't have a stand-up steel beams. Well, we'll just do it. We'll settle for a 2. Perfect. There, fill that thing. It will. And now that I have enough for this one over here, storage container. Pardon me. What do you mean missing iron rod? Oh, never mind. I was gonna say, I just deconstructed one of those. How am I missing the iron rods to make one? Duh. I just tossed it on the ground. Gave it the old Lonely Island treatment. It's like I took it and threw it on the ground. There you go. I mean, unfortunately, I'm going to have to manually feed it stators. Not stators, sorry. Rods. For a while. Now, if only I could get this to put out... See, this is what I mean about this docking station, right? This truck station, I should be able to have the top slot spitting out iron rods over there, right? And then have the bottom slot spitting out all of the crystal and silica. I couldn't think of it again. Have it spitting out all the crystals and silica into the bottom one, and then you should be able to divvy that up. Why can't you? Anyway, I gotta get more framework. So if I ever need a whole lot of silica, I know where to get it. Hey, modular framework. I only need a whole bunch more. And that's not even in the advanced framework, and the advanced framework requires cable. And those motors require stators and rotors? I think it is. I think it's stated. Okay, before I go snap on this fuse, I'll show you what I'm talking about. So we know that because this power station just all of a sudden decides to just start eating everything. So we know something is eating a whole bunch of power. Now we'll see. And I'm willing to bet you one of these is getting starved of water. Nope. 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 So where's the consumption spiking? Where's the production not working? So they have max production. They have max water pump. What if I was to do this? Let's try that. Now watch. I bet you that one's gonna start chugging. And once it does that, it's just gonna look at that. See? I can produce even more power. But I bet this is gonna run out of water. One of them will. If I sit here for like 15 minutes, not even 15 minutes, if I sit here for 5 minutes, one of them's gonna start chugging water like a champ, and then it's just gonna shut off, and I can't figure it out. It was bad enough I came out here and did this as a complete cob job, right? I came out here, I put this down, which is a Mark 1 miner, right? I believe it's Mark 1. Did I switch it to a Mark 2? It's a Mark 2 now. This is a Mark 1 now. So what I did is I had to have this one direct feeding into that one. And I had this as a merger because I was merging coal from there to here to try to power this. But I figured, you know what, just run it as a singular thing. At any rate, is this Mark 1 conveyor belts? No, they're Mark 2s. No, I had all three of these going, right? I had this one, I had this splitting off of coal over here. But this whole thing was a cob job to start. This was a Mark 1 miner, and then I had to come out with a biomass burner, plant it there, turn it on, have it pumping coal in, have all the water piping in, which was being run by 2 biomass burners down there. And once it all got started, I disconnected this one, connected that to the grid, and it just powered itself from there on. And then I went and disconnected the other 2 biomass burners and got it going that way too. I connected this to the grid all the way out, and then connected that grid to that, and then I disconnected the biomass burners, and then it went from there. But for some unknown reason, these things will only stay overclocked for so long. Once I walk away and I stop monitoring them, one of them starts chugging water. Now watch. That's gonna hurt. Yep. Sure did. Now, it's not like this plant has consumed more power. Matter of fact, it hasn't, because I've removed a lot of the overclocking from it. But yet, it's going to act like it is, and it's going to shut off. Here, take more pipe. Sounds terrible, but we know what I'm talking about. Okay, that's almost completely empty. This is almost completely full. I don't need any more silica or crystal, so I don't think I'm going to make another run out there. I don't know how much more pipe has been made. Normally I'd have the silica and the crystal just sent on over via conveyor belt, but now I needed the steel to be out here next to the concrete, so beautiful. That's why I had the steel run all the way out here, and think oops, I think this is Mark III conveyor, but yeah, it is Mark III. I think I have the whole thing Mark III conveyor belt now for the steel, because I wanted it out here for the concrete in case steel beams. I figured I'm going to let them stack up a bit before doing anything. Reasons. I guess I figure if I let the inventory stack up, I don't have to worry about the concrete in case steel beam problem. Then again, I don't have to worry about much of it either, because I have plenty of them. They're sitting in the thing. There's a I didn't think of it. A storage container down there. Okay, is there nothing in... Okay, there is something in here. So, why are you not loading? Operational. It's set for vehicle settings to load. There it goes. You know what I mean? It malfunctions every so often. I don't get it. Trust me, if I knew what was causing the malfunctions that I have at this with this factory, I wouldn't be having this issue. Spectacular. Tell me you saw that. Just... Well, there's no iron rods in it anymore, or steel rods in it anymore, because I took those. Impeccable driving skill that I could get it stuck on conveyor belts. Impeccable. You know what I need to do? Hold up. I need to put in jump pads too. That'd be great, wouldn't it? Gonna go get me some iron rods. I'm gonna make one of these things so that it could just dump stuff from a storage container into something. See it? See it? Fuse blown. Why? Nobody knows. Every so often it decides to get a wild hair caught crossways and decides, well, no. It's gonna throw a fit like a petulant child. That's my power grid. Hooray for steel pipe. Like over here, we go logistics, conveyor belt 2. There you go. Now it's got all the steel pipe it'll ever need. I don't have to sit here and babysit it. I just have to come back and deposit every once in a while. But I guess running the tractor out there, drawing it off and bringing it out here to this isn't as bad. I mean, I would love to keep it really clean down there, and that's the problem with building it in the desert, is everything is so sparsely populated everywhere that it becomes more and more difficult to actually maintain and keep it clean. But, I'm trying. It just ate every single one of those iron rods. Not a Mark II? Nope, it's a Mark I. I should probably upgrade it to a Mark II, shouldn't I? But that's not the issue, because this is smelting and it's getting plenty of iron ore. The smelter just can't keep up. So, there. And there it went. See? Why the dip? No one can explain the dip. No one can explain it. And then it just dumps because the consumption goes too high. I don't get it either. Like, I've talked to my friend, and he's been really good at Satisfactory and making sure his power consumption is not higher than his power production. I told him about the whole thing. I said, all of a sudden, my coal power plants just decide to dip down 200 megawatts. I said, and I have 3 of them. And he goes, you shouldn't be. He's like, overclock them. And I said, I did. I have them overclocked. I said, 2 of them are overclocked 3 of 3. And I said, 1 of them's overclocked 2 of 3. He's like, you're not supposed to overclock it past 2. He's like, you should be just fine. I said, I'm not. I said, every so often, the power goes out. He's like, how are you consuming that much power? I've told him, and he said he's puzzled. He's like, I'd have to. See? So that's not even, that assembler's not even running either. Because a lot of these systems aren't even running, and yet the power just takes a nosedive. See? Idle, idle. That one's like idle queue is full or whatever. Oh, it's idle needing more material. So this needs more material all the time. And it's spitting out enough of those for the one. But, like, again, that one's needing material all the time. Yeah, I know I just put that on there, and that's now working. But, like, and I overclocked the smelter. But those two, like, this was happening before I did that. So, again, what's eating all the power? It almost makes me feel like there's, like, somebody running a toaster. I get that, there's no toasters in the game, but you get what I'm saying, like a dead short, right? If someone's got a dead short or a toaster just plugged in and they're just running it for no reason. That's what it feels like, because this is just baffling beyond belief. Mercer Sphere. I already researched it. I don't know where to get that. I don't know where to get Sam. I was gonna make a joke. I was gonna make a really big joke, like, haha, funny, funny. If you've ever watched Quantum Leap, the original, I was like, where do I get Sam? I don't know. Let me ask Ziggy. If you ever knew, if anybody ever knew that one, like if you knew the original Quantum Leap, great show. 181 of 200, which means like 2 per minute. Like, why? I would love to know why this is so dreadfully slow. This is the rotor one. No, that's for smart plating. Yeah, that's rotors and plates for smart plating. I only need 1,000 of those. But I need automated wiring, which is stators and cable. That I'm going to have to build down there because I got cable and stators. Versatile framework is that framework and steel. So motor is rotors and stators, but I don't need motors yet. I will soon enough. I need to get to complete phase 2 as well. So the automated wiring, stators and cable. How many stators do I have? I only need 100. I have 80. Oh, you're making 5 stators per minute. Never mind. So if I figure this is the cable one. No, it's not. This is a cable one. Seriously, I'm gonna have to start like really figuring out why my power is just. I don't get it. It's infuriating. But at any rate, I'm almost to the point where I have the expanded power infrastructure, and I hope that I get something out of that I could use. And then it'll start working on phase 2, which is going to be the smart plating. I'll probably shut off a whole bunch of processes that I don't need, and then I'll just focus on phase 2. I thought about putting in a hypertube system. I still might. Like a hypertube launcher, and just launch me someplace and then have a gel pad and set it down. So it only goes up to production only goes up to 449. The consumption only goes up to 449. The production dips to 375, which means one of those up there shuts off for some reason. Why? What does that? Wait, what does that need? Does that need rods? No, it just needs time because it's slow. Believe me, if I could build that modular framework by hand, I'd be doing it. Wait, I can?
Milestone reached. After several pioneers started exhibiting traumatic responses to power blackouts, Fixit developed mitigation tools recommended by your local therapist. Power storages can hold excess power to delay or prevent blackouts in the eventuality that your factory's power consumption exceeds production. To simplify, these are rechargeable batteries. Power towers carry power lines for significantly greater distances than poles, facilitating factory expansion and exploitation of this environment for the good of Fixit and humanity.
I don't know how much. I don't know how many of those battery tower. I know what I'm doing. You know that thing over there? There's a platform that's got nothing on it. Those power batteries are going there. I'm building a bunch of them because this is ridiculous. This is beyond ridiculous. This is not something that I should have to put up with. I don't need this type of shabby treatment. Not to sound like Mo Sislak, but I don't deserve it. I can build 2 of them. I'll wait until I can build 3 of them. Oh, wait. Gotta throw the power to that, otherwise it's not gonna be able to make anything. 3 of these power banks, I should be able to... Don't mind me, just... Gonna get gray hairs over here. I'll just go build them myself. Thing builds 2 a minute. I can build more than 2 a minute. Building them myself by hand. 2. Took less than a minute. 4. Still hasn't been a minute. I'll even time it. Took 10 seconds. Not even 10 seconds. It's 10 seconds now. I built 4 in 10 seconds. That thing out there, the assembler builds 2 a minute. Shouldn't the assembler be doing this at a similar rate than me? You know what? I'm just going to take it to 5. I'm going to build 5 of those power banks out there. Spectacular. Right up there. I've even got a power pole waiting. There's 3. Now, I know you're wondering, well, why didn't you connect them? Because I wanted to have multiple points. Beautiful. I just need wire, and I can build 2 more. I'm building 2 more. This is ridiculous. This whole power problem is a... Give me that. Now, this is probably going to make my whole system shut down more than once because of the whole... It's got power draw for it to, you know, charge those. But you know what? I don't care. Overshot. It's fine. Don't worry about it. I know people are going to be like, well, wait till you get to nuclear power. It's going to be even harder to keep your factory going. No, it won't. Gorgeous. There. That'll solve my power problem eventually. Now, if that pulls off of them to prevent my power from shutting down, because as they're charging, it then pulls off of them, then it goes back to charging, beautiful. I'll never have a problem again. What's this? What do I got here? Not fix it blueprints. Build gun upgrades. Nope. Hyper tubes. Yep. We'll set that up as a first. Copper sheets. Well, I guess we're gonna take a sheet, aren't we? Could take a few of them, actually. Need 300 pipe. I could have the hypertubes done in no time. I've got the copper sheets. The concrete ones down here. Oh, look. Take those. And this one. While we're waiting, well, I actually might as well just fly out here for the iron real quick. I know. I've been doing everything real quick. In quotes. I'll also check on the coal plants and see why they decided to have a fuss. Aha, see? It's chugging water. See? When I was out here ages ago, it never did. It sustained its water. It held its water, no problem. Hey, look at that. Hypertubes are almost done. No, they're not. Because I just left 102 of them there. Like I said, once you get Blade Runners, traveling is infinitely quicker. Takes you no time to get places. Oh, hypertubes are almost finished. And I even overshot my copper sheet maker. Anyway, now I'm going to leave this here. I hope everybody enjoyed this video. I know I did, especially after I got those 5 power banks out there. Now I'm going to really enjoy it, because now I'm not going to go insane trying to figure out my power problem. At any rate, I hope everybody has a fantastic evening, a wonderful tomorrow, and as always, have a good one. Don't struggle with your power problems.